As journalists, I think it is our job to always be questioning what we see.
Victim survivors and perpetrators, they don't exist in silos. They consume the news that we put out. It is, for that reason, really important that we consider the way that we might influence their behaviours and influence their attitudes. After losing my mum to domestic violence back in 2015, I read the Facebook comments. I consumed the articles. I read the headlines.
The media play a really important role in preventing violence against women and children. We know that when media report effectively, this can challenge attitudes, myths and beliefs that enable and perpetuate violence. And we know that every time media reports on a story, particularly a high-profile story, this actually encourages and empowers people to take that first step to either reporting or help-seeking behaviour.
Good journalism is journalism that empowers victim survivors, that elevates the experiences and the stories of victim survivors. Reporting that uses clear and direct language, making sure we don't use victim-blaming tropes.
Absolutely, there's a way to do good journalism that's factual, that's compelling, but that ultimately puts at the forefront the need to use careful language and the need to make sure that we don't create further problems.
When done well, it can be a really empowering experience that can restore agency and dignity and choice.
Oftentimes we don't give enough prominence to First Nations women, to multicultural women, to trans women, or women who don't fit that idea of a perfect victim.
It is frustrating that in a lot of reporting, communities that we know have and experience systemic and structural discrimination are still sometimes considered an afterthought. There is a hesitancy or a reluctance within some newsrooms to report on these issues in a way that empowers women from those communities to tell their stories. Journalists should speak to experts, identify the gaps in funding, in resourcing, the legislative failures or barriers that women encounter, and we should interrogate those.
An example of that would be something like the Let Her Speak campaign, which radically reformed laws across the country in terms of how victim survivors of sexual violence are able to tell their stories.
Together, I think we can have an impact on making boys and girls, men and women, think about how they might contribute to a society that condones or allows violence to occur, but also hopefully reflect on their own actions.
It's going to make our journalism better, but at the same time, it's really going to contribute to a better conversation and a better understanding of these issues within our communities.